They eventually moved to a different camp, and this one it's another one that looks just like a prison. And he talks about some of these other diseases. When I wrote earlier of diseases that existed among the prisoners in the Philippines, I forgot to mention that we also had much scurvy and something else called Guam blisters. They were like a raw sore without a scab. They started as a small blister which would not heal but kept getting bigger and bigger. Since there was no medication to cure them, they would eat away at the entire layer of skin, leaving the flesh below exposed. As the blister grew and devoured more skin, no scab formed, which made for an ugly-looking sore. Where the good skin was being eaten away, there was always a small rim of pus. Some of these blisters got as large as a silver dollar, and some of the prisoners had several at one time. I was lucky I did not have one, but I did have a very large ringworm on my stomach. It was about the size as a saucer and getting larger by the day. So there's something all of us jiu-jitsu people can relate to. You get a ringworm that's the size of a dime, and it's like a nightmare. And here you got a ringworm that's the size of a saucer. And it gets worse. Here we go. Here came the fleas. They only showed up in great numbers at night, but then it was by the hundreds. They were actually a lot more aggravating than the lice. Their bite was a lot more painful, and they made it almost impossible to sleep at night. It reached a point where our underwear looked like it was made from polka-dotted material, when in fact it was spotted with dry blood. Even though we were in much better quarters, our food had not improved, so we still had much sickness and some dying still. Tuberculosis was now killing people, and beriberi was still prevalent. You know, I think I've been bitten by a flea 5 times in my whole entire life. Maybe.
0 here.
0 for Echo Charles. And here are these things they're biting you so much that your underwear looks like it's spotted, like it's polka dotted.
From the blood. Jeez.
Another person had dry beriberi so badly that he consented to be taken to a place in Mukden where the nerves to his feet were severed. It apparently relieved his pain, but his feet now looked floppy to me, like he did not have any control of them anymore. Well, yeah, they cut his nerves.